Hello, my vacation rental friends. This is Steve Sassman from VR Owner's Guide. Today I have Alana Schroeder from The Distinguished Guest who is here. She's going to show us some of her great products, and we're going to talk about her vacation rental story. So, hello, Alana. How are you?
Hi, Steve. I'm great. Thanks so much for having me today.
Absolutely. So, I've seen your stuff all over the place. You've done a great job promoting it and getting your name out there. Let's go ahead and right off the bat jump into a little elementary school style show and tell so people can see some of the products that you have and you can kind of describe them as we go.
Great, thanks. Well, I think I'll start out with one of our more popular items, which is our bath amenity kit. It's a little kit that I put together originally for my vacation rental, and that was kind of how it all got started. But basically what it is a little kit that comes in a nice little plastic reusable bag that has, a hotel-sized shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotion in it. And then it has two small bath bars. I'll just turn it around really quick in the brown recyclable squares you see. And one is a body bar and one is a cleansing bar. And these are really great because, if you have your cleaners put these out, all they have to do is just really pick up one kit and leave it in the bathroom for your guests.
Fantastic. Yeah, so it makes it easy for your staff, which is, of course, huge. We don't want to complicate their lives any more than we have to, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, the goal in putting that together was to keep it really simple and basic. So all they had to do was just kind of grab one thing and put it out. Doesn't add a lot of time to their, daily tasks when they're out there your house cleaning.
Perfect.
And we also have some really fun little general amenities, I call them. You can find them on my website. I won't spend a ton of time going through each one, but I'll just give you a few samples. We sell, little mini scope bottles that you could leave out for your guests. Another little fun thing is a shower cap, which always comes in handy. And, possibly a little shaving set. And if you have a nice tub and you have maybe hikers in town visiting, perhaps maybe you want to leave them a little bath salts to soak in the evening.
Yes, the full spa treatment.
Yeah, exactly. Pamper your guests. And then, what I also like to do if, for example, I have, a family who's coming in to stay at my place in Tahoe, they have, what I do is I leave a bath amenity kit upstairs in the master bedroom. And if I know that they have kids, I always leave my signature little rubber ducky to keep the kids entertained in the bath.
Oh, I'm sure that is a big hit.
It is. Everybody really, really likes that. It's a really kind of fun thing, and the parents really appreciate it too, because who really is bringing bath toys on their vacation?
Right.
And then in the downstairs guest bathroom, I'll just leave a nice little soap. So really, I just kind of try and anticipate based on, I usually they provide a list of who's staying in the lease, and then I'll leave out, what's appropriate for the guests that are staying. Let's see. So I also leave at my places and sell these really great little hair dryer bags. A small hair dryer will fit in those, and it's just kind of a really nice little amenity to keep organized so that you don't have your cords all over the place. And I just put these in a drawer in the bathroom and leave it there and advertise on my listing site that I provide a hair dryer, which is nice because hair dryers take up so much space. So who really wants to travel with those?
Oh, for sure.
So that's great. And one of the more recent additions to our bath collection are these fun little makeup towels. So these are really great if you do all white bath towels. I think the number one complaint and concern with the white bath towels is, oh, well, they get so dirty so fast and makeup, etc., etc. Well, here is what we think the solution is to that, and they're really, hopefully you guys can see them, fun. They say makeup on them, so there really should be no confusion there. I always say leave a couple in the bathroom. so that people know to use these when they're washing their faces and getting cleaned up. And then we sell those in sets of 6, so that's really fun. I didn't bring any sheets today or towels because obviously, you know, with the screen, it's really hard to show them and obviously touching and feeling them. But I did bring a really fun cabana towel, and this is, you know, one of the items that I just love providing to my guests because, you know, I mean, cabana towels are just fun. They say resort, they say vacation.
Absolutely, and they look really comfy and squishy and soft. And
yeah, these are really, really great commercial cabana towels. And, you know, what I do at my vacation rental is I provide the exact amount of bath towels for each guest, and then I also provide, so for my vacation rental in Tahoe, my place has occupancy of 6. So I'll leave out 6 bath towels, hand towels, and washcloths, probably a few more washcloths. And then I'll also always leave out 6 cabana towels so that there's always backup if they need it. I try not to leave more than that because it just becomes a laundering, you know, time-consuming process for the cleaners. So that's kind of how I approach it. And then if my cleaners need to take the other set off-site, so I do leave 2 sets, but usually one's off-site with them getting cleaned.
definitely great. So how did you come up with all your sources for this, and what was your what was kind of your aha moment when you decided, wait a second, I need to do this for other owners?
Well, I would say I sourced it just kind of, I mean, thank God for the internet, right? I mean, that's how I source most of my product. Did some research to figure out who I wanted my vendors to be, you know, really wanted actual commercial product. So, I mean, really that's kind of how I sourced it and talking to different people.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Oh, what was your like aha moment when you decided, hey, there's kind of a niche here that I can become a part of and help other owners to, you know, do their job better and easier and provide a much better service?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think because I have a commercial real estate background, and that's what I did for the previous 15 years of my career. I think that just having that background of working with tenants, more on a commercial aspect of it, I think I brought a lot of that kind of customer service with me because really they are your customers who are leasing your office buildings. So just kind of having that mentality in mind, when I left my job, we decided that we would have to rent out our vacation rental in Tahoe in order to keep it. So I was at home at that point, and I was just, you know, oh, well, I think I'm going to, you know, style it like a resort and kind of sourced all the product and really decided that I was going to start this business after just talking to several people who had stayed at vacation rentals who were really unhappy with, you know, what they were finding at the vacation rentals. And then also another point was I was going on a trip to Hawaii a few years ago for a wedding, and I went online and just had a really hard time finding places that didn't have bed linens that, you know, looked like they were from 1975. And, you know, that to me for $250 was a high price to pay. And so I ended up staying at a hotel.
Wow, so really you had an experience where you would rather stay at a hotel simply because the amenities weren't good enough, and that influenced your decision. So that's pretty important, I think, for people to know.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not. I typically don't stay at hotels just because I have. At that time, I had a 4-year-old. Now I have a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old. So it's just nice to have the extra space and the breathing room and the kitchen. I mean, I'm very much the type of person. I get tired of eating out every single meal. So, you know, my husband's a great cook. So I would rather just, you know, have rent a vacation rental, and that just wasn't available to us in our price range for the time that we were going.
Right, right. Do you also think that your background in commercial real estate kind of gave you the mindset of standardization as well? Or
I think so. I definitely think so. I mean, I also, I mean, there is a side to hotels that I really do love also. I mean, if I didn't have two kids and I just wanted to get away and relax, I'd probably, for a couple days I might stay at a hotel. But there's just something about them. I mean, who are we kidding? I love, who doesn't love going to the spa or just having that feeling? And I think it's also just kind of tapping into my creative side and think, oh, if I could go back, maybe I'd be a designer, right? I mean, I just think I love the aesthetics. And to me, where I've lived or my environment that I'm living in has always been so important to me. It really affects me. I'm one of those people, I like to have a lot of sunlight coming into my house, or, I just, the white linens really just kind of brighten things up a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It actually does affect your mental state, and especially if you're on vacation, you're already kind of in that heightened, looking for luxury and relaxation and that whole thing. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's great. And, the nice part about the product that I've sourced is that, I mean, we all have budgets that we need to work within, right? And so that, I think with the commercial real estate background, I was doing budgets every single year for my properties. So really, I also am quite, sensitive to, the return on our investment and, what we're putting into it each year and what we're getting out of it each year. So, to me, to go and buy, $100 sets of sheets just isn't realistic. So while I was sourcing product, it was also very important to me that it was at a specific price point, and it was something that I could really switch up every year and replace on an as-needed basis, because we all know that things happen at vacation rentals, and, you have to really pay a close attention to your linens and your towels and switch them up on a regular basis. So I think that's, one thing I really had in mind was good quality product for good price.
Definitely. I don't think anyone can argue with that. So, well, do you want to show us some? You had some before and after photos of your place in Kauai, and I think that's kind of a neat thing and for people to see. So if you want to go ahead and show us that, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to do that. So basically, I went into the property and, decided I'm going to keep all the furniture. And a lot of it wasn't stuff that I loved or I would have picked out, but the goal is to keep costs down and to use what I had. So, I kind of went in there and I really wanted to do the bare minimum, one, because it was in Hawaii and locationally very challenged to get over there and do stuff. Two, at the time, I was about 7 months pregnant, so there wasn't a lot I could do.
Right, and you're in San Francisco, correct?
I'm in San Francisco, that's right. So really a 5-hour flight to get over there, and at that time was not on my side for traveling.
Sure.
So basically, when I was there, I decided that I was going to paint it. The painting there felt very dated, and also created a little bit of a dark atmosphere there. So I went through and repainted the entire inside of the condo. Now that's something you can definitely do on your own, a little sweat equity at your vacation rental, which I think is great. Unfortunately, based on my timing and where I was with my pregnancy and being pregnant, painting was out of the question for me. But I think that that's a great opportunity to save some cost there. The couch, I really didn't love the existing fabric that was on there, and I knew I wanted to go with this blue and white theme for Hawaii, which was a little bit different. So I ended up reupholstering the couch, which we'll see pictures of that in a few minutes. I used all my bed and bathroom linens, and basically for the beds, all I did was the white linens with throw blankets and pillows to match the decor, which anybody can do, right? The white is so neutral, and then you can just add pillows to match what you already have going on in terms of the decor and the rest of your house. And then I added some ambient lighting, and I think that's really important because you'll see in some of the pictures, the overhead lighting is pretty harsh. And, when you're eating dinner or you're relaxing at night watching a little TV, maybe you just want kind of ambient light on where you don't want just this overhead, very strong lighting So I added some of that, which really made a huge difference. And then we replaced the plastic window coverings on the sliding glass doors with flowing sheers, which really just kind of opened it up, made it nice and airy. And then from there, it was really just maintenance. I mean, we power washed all the tile in the home, which we do twice a year. We professionally clean the carpets, which we do twice a year or more if needed. And then really you'll see from the pictures just decluttered the space. And you'll see that we hired a photographer and the difference that it made having the existing pictures that were taken versus the professional photography. And I mean, just imagine what that would be like on your listing site. It just makes a huge difference.
Oh,
So,
it's worth every penny.
every penny. So something to keep in mind as we're scrolling through here. So here's a little before and after of the kitchen. The before picture, and then, the lenses that they use, just, the wide angle lenses make such a huge difference. And, just really freshening up and painting it white really just feels bigger.
Yeah, it's so much more modern. It just looks great.
Yeah, and then this was the living room before. And you can't really see the vertical blinds, a little bit in the top left corner. And then, this is kind of the transformation that took place. So above you saw the red, scroll up, you see the red fabric that's on the couch. We just changed that to blue and added some really fun throw pillows, and it just popped. And then
that looks great.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fake flower person, but I will say that I found this amazing orchid, $50, and just love how it just adds that little bit of just life to the picture as well. And, just...
Yeah, that's... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I just bought my first fake orchid about a week ago at my place as well, so looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's nice to have something, and although, they take a little bit of maintenance, I just say a little bit of water in a spray bottle and then just, pat them down with a piece of paper towel. So, keep it simple. And then I added just the new light fixture over the dining room table, and then the floor lamp and also the table lamp. Just kind of softens it up and again provides that ambient lighting, which is really great. And then really the master bedroom. So this is really kind of where, for me, in my business, the hotelification kind of comes into play. So as you can see here, again, painted the room, brightened it up. But the bedding there was just so basic and simple, still very basic and simple, but, I think that, just adding a little bit of color with the pillows and the blanket, and, I just love down blankets and duvets. That makes a huge difference to me. I'm also, a huge fan of getting rid of all the little items on the bedside tables. And I love the look of just having, 2 lamps. Let that, table lamps, let that be your focus. Get rid of all the little stuff that's on the tables and just kind of clean it up and, let it speak for itself.
You know what's amazing to me is it looks like a place that's twice as expensive on the, the after.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I will tell you, and we can link to this this blog post that I did, but when I purchased the property, they were, and I'm just going to use general numbers here, maybe getting $125 a night, and I would say if they were 50% occupied, maybe, I don't really know the exact occupancy, but I would definitely say nothing over that. This summer is 90% leased, and I raised the rates to $175. We've just increased the rates again in the peak season to $185.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, and for what I put into it, the payback period is probably less than a year, and here we are, just increasing rents and occupancy.
For sure. Well, that's one of the things I've always been a big proponent of, and one of the things I always talk about is, this is a spend money to make money business. And the more you invest in your place, you're just going to make more. And I think, as long as you do it smart and like you are, it just makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think that the market is changing a lot. I think that, there are a lot of, young families out there with discretionary income who would far prefer to stay in a vacation rental. But, they want to stay in something that, has that look and feel and, feels like you're in a hotel, right? So I think if we can give them that, there are people out there who, will rent it and will pay for it. I also think that, as vacation rentals become more popular for both consumers and owners, and we see more owners, transforming their second homes into vacation rentals, I definitely think that, as competition increases, my goal is always to be at the top of the competition, right? And to do that, I think that, you've got to present yourself in the best light and understand what your consumer wants, your guest wants, your end user wants. That's the most important thing to try and understand. And then here's the last bedroom, 2 twin beds. Pretty simple and basic, but just the room is just dark. I think the colors on the walls really painting those to white really made a huge difference. And with the blue and white theme, I think just pops so much more than it did.
Yeah, the other one looks like it's from the '60s or something. It's just really,
I know, it's hard to believe that it's the same room. I just love
really, yeah.
It turned out. So that is the before and afters of what you can do when you get creative.
I love it. I love it. That is great. So, okay, well, we will definitely link to this blog article as well as your website, of course. We will be offering a special discount code for anyone that wants to take advantage of your website, The Distinguished Guest. We'll have a 20% off discount code that'll be good for a couple months. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, definitely, would love it. Also, if you're interested in following our blog to, sign up on our homepage, there's an opportunity to join our mailing list. So that's always great. And every month we send out a newsletter. One just went out today that kind of recaps the previous month with, industry news and things that we've been writing about on our blog.
All right, well, I definitely want to thank Alana for joining us today and giving us some really neat insight on what's possible in terms of transforming your place and also extending a nice discount on her products and services. If you want to say goodbye and wrap up with some words on that discount, that'd be great.
Thanks, Steve. We're really excited to have been invited here today to share all of our products with you. And, I'll just leave it out there and just say, if you have any questions or, thoughts or ideas on your vacation rental, we're always here to help, answer questions. We love looking at pictures. We love assisting and just brainstorming and coming up with fun, creative, cost-effective ways to kind of transform all vacation rentals.
Fantastic. I love it. Thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon.
Great. Thanks, Steve.